Coming to the handheld race a full 11 months behind the 3DS, and after what can only be described as a smartphone gaming revolution, the PlayStation Vita is finally hitting shelves. Yes! But is it a legitimate entry into the handheld race, or merely an expensive paperweight? Let's get our hands on and find out with our review. Right, let's get the boring techie details out of the way. Being released in two different versions, the 3G model for those on the go and the Wi-Fi edition for hotspot surfers, the PS Vita has got some hefty machinery under its bonnet. The most interesting detail to the casual gamer though is the expected battery life of between 3 and 5 hours depending on how hard you push the console, which could really affect the portability of this portable. Say that 10 times fast. Onto the console proper now, and the first thing that strikes you when you fire it up is its gorgeously sleek and shiny screen. It's bright, colourful, and doesn't suffer from any of the haze you get when your eyeline shifts using the 3DS. The screen is considerably larger than the 3DS's display as well, and you can really feel the benefit that extra screen space affords you when firing up a game like Uncharted Golden Abyss. Drake's Jungle Set Adventure is, by handheld standards especially, absolute euphoria for the eyes. And it's all down to the visuals and the PS Vita's screen allows. Golden Abyss's graphics are almost on par with Drake's original PS3 adventure, and that's extremely impressive. I could go on and on about the screen all day, but that would be missing the high-tech point of the PS Vita with spectacular aplomb. For starters, there's a now ubiquitous touchscreen, as well as the fancy new rear touchpad that ever so quietly innovates the way you play. Sadly, whilst the front touchscreen works as smoothly as you'd expect, the rear touchpad is quite cumbersome and uncomfortable to use. In some respects, it just feels like an innovation too far. When in practice in a game like Little Deviants, it just comes across as a gimmick rather than a legitimate way to play the game. If it's utilised as more of a bit part player in the controls, it might fire a little more successfully. Fortunately, the front touchscreen more than compensates with a satisfying level of touch control. The other major innovation the PS Vita displays is the dual analog system, a first for handheld gaming. Whilst they're not as satisfying as the 3DS's slider pad, they still offer all the possibilities of console controls in the palm of your hand. The fact that the 3DS has backtracked on its decision to include just the one slider pad is a testament to where handheld gaming is going. Regardless, the twin sticks are robust enough to make it possible. In terms of the other controls the PS Vita exhibits, we've got the standard PlayStation buttons, as well as your usual shoulder buttons too. But it's the sleek curved design of the Vita itself that really brings it all together. With the curved wings, the Vita just melts into your hands with comfort and grace. To cap it all off, the Vita displays a departure for Sony from the PlayStation staple, XrossMediaBar, which has been replaced with a hub world called LiveArea. This touchscreen-friendly interface is a welcome design change and shares a lot of DNA with the dashboards of Apple and HTC smartphones. Games and apps sit alongside each other as little suspended bubble icons just screaming out to be touched, and no, not like that. Whilst the Vita has already struggled due to a limp Japanese launch and an eye-wateringly high price point, there is undeniably a lot of potential behind this shiny box of wonders, despite its occasional design flaws. But if Sony can deliver on its promise of first-party games and third-party support, we could be looking at the greatest handheld gaming console yet.